Ajiran, an ancient, serene and economically viable settlement in Etiosa local government area of Lagos State, is bounded by the Atlantic Ocean in the south and the Lagos Lagoon in the east. It is about 9 kilometers northeast of Lagos Island along the Lagos-Etiosa Expressway. First inhabited by two brothers on a hunting expedition in the 15th century, the ancient city is blessed with vast land. Most of the land is now occupied by sons and daughters of Ajiran, as well as other Nigerians who have made the community their home. Over the years, the control and sale of land in Ajiran is legally and traditionally executed by the Oba in council, made up of ruling houses in Ajiran. But today, the story is different. Youths of Ajiran, under the umbrella of Ojomu Youth Forum, led by its chairman Tajuddin Ahmed, accused the Ojomu of Ajiran of neglecting and sidelining them from sharing in what they call their common patrimony, land.
When he ascended the throne, 5 members of this community, chiefs, were signing all documents and transactions of the family, including they have access to the family's accounts. But 3 of them are late, and they themselves have replaced those late chiefs, but they did not allow them to have access to the document of the family. So for about 15 years that the three of them are late and they've replaced them, it is just these 2 people that are signing all land transactions of the family. They are the only ones that have access to the family's account. They are the only ones that know what is coming into the family's account and what is going out.
The one that occupy all our economic, what we supposed to use what our father left for us to be at least to become something. They have embezzled it, and all their children are going abroad, going and coming back. We are just suffering here for this agenda for nothing. See, somebody like me, which I'm up to 72 years of age now, I've never achieved anything.
Kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ tàbá wo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ń lọ tipẹ́ kí kábíyèsí tó wọ̀ pé bí àwa ọmọ ìlú rán rè ta wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tó fi wọ̀ pé bí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a fi ń ṣeré láàrin ìlú wọ́n kó gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n kó lọ sínú pèbí sódà ká lè wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ for that 3 months and 3 weeks 3 days tó máa lò nínú ìpèbí yẹn àwa ń bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ even gan ó promise wa láwọn nǹkan pé tóun bá jáde tóun máa ṣe ẹni tí ò níṣẹ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ lọ school tó fẹ́ tajà gbogbo nǹkan yẹn lòun máa assist láti ṣe pẹ̀lú wa even that very time obìnrin kan wá yèyé ọ̀ṣun náà ń pè ó fún wa ní $1,000 by then bàbá yẹn gbàngbà yẹn kó máa bá wa ṣe sí náírà but unfortunately ó ṣáà àrí àlọ́ àràbọ̀ owó yẹn tó fi di pé kúrò ní pèbí ó wọ́gà.
The youth also accused the traditional ruler of making his son signatory to land documents as well as not working to develop Ajiran community after 30 years on the throne.
Presently, what they did to show that is the fact that the first son of our king was a former member of House of Assembly for 8 years, a former member of House of Representatives for 8 years, making 16 years. Despite that, his father is the king. He did not bring a single development to this community. After that, presently now, since he did not get a re-election to the House of Reps, his father has imposed him as the lawyer to the community of this community. So he's the one that is in charge of making and preparing all deeds of assignment of land transaction while his father will sign it. The same thing to Alhaji Bakari, this principal member, the second in command to the king. He also has imposed his daughter-in-law, who is a lawyer, to be the second lawyer to the community. So his own daughter lawyer too will prepare deed of assignment and the father-in-law will sign it. So indirectly they are telling us that after their reign, their children is coming to take over.
The Kabiyesi and this Alhaji Bakari, they have to go to Alausa and introduce their children to become a lawyer of this community after they left. So the other one, it will be the signatory of all the other property that will be there. Immediately we got that information, we write straight to Alausa. We write straight to Alausa that they should not honor that letter because it is not, we didn't, nobody know. They did it on their own perfect.
But the traditional ruler rebutted the accusation and rather accused them of forging signatures to land documents.
We found out that they went about forging the signatures of the authentic signatories and then convince them or deal with them at Alausa with these people who are buying the land, bribing their way through to get approval. But we found out that in fact, the Alausa themselves hinted us that there were too many forged documents being presented to them at Alausa.
In the face of this accusation and petition after petitions, I set out for an inquiry into the issue of land grabbing in Ajiran. Like other communities in Lagos Island, the road leading into Ajiran town is marred by incessant flooding after heavy rains due to bad drainage network. Being an economically viable town with a large population, commercial activities are booming in Ajiran. On arrival, I went to the palace of the traditional ruler, Oba Akinloye, who in his magnanimity took me through the history and origin of Ajiran.
Ajiran is an ancient community. We are far way back to the reign of, or the period of Olofin Ogunfunminire, who settled then at the Isheri. From, I think our people, our forefathers, came along with him from Ile-Ife and moved down to this area around 300-400 years ago. And they were mainly hunters, hunting around, and landed in an area we call Ojamu, Berekodo, Odife. And that was where they landed, and they are hunting wild animals, moving around. Whatever they get as their prey, they move. This area particularly was an island. They moved to this island to, kill this prey and eat. And part of the praise were being taken to Ido where they left their people. And people were asking the gentlemen or our brothers, where do you settle? Where do you come from? They said, where we eat, we are in Jeron. You know, what we are in Jeron means where we eat our praise and eat our meat. And that was where they corrupted the name as Ajiran.
Oba Akinloye, who ascended the throne of his forefathers on the 23rd of October 1993 as the 14th Ojomu of Ajiran land, has been on the throne for 30 years.
This area was marshy, low water level was low. So its area was marshy and flooded during the rainy season. So they were mainly fishermen, apart from being farmers, using some small areas of land for cassava, maize, mini cash crops.
Up to 30 years in power, in his stone now, he didn't do anything to anybody. No scholarship, no market, no anywhere. If you can reach our road here, bad roads, just the development is not, we are not enjoying him.
Ajiran has 4 ruling houses who join hands with the reigning Oba to oversee development of the town.
Ajiran is composed of 4 main ruling houses, and there are compounds anyway. They're called Agbole. So there are 5 or 6 of those ones, and there are 4 ruling houses. I'm from Shatiru House, Shatiru ruling house.
We have 4 ruling houses, and from one side of it, my own is Ejo family. We have Ailolo family. We have Akison family. When he wanted to become a king, it's from Ejo family that installed him up. But when he get to the stone, he bring back Shateru Akinloye family to become the ruling house. So that if he left, then it will be continued. Their family will be continued among the king that will be ruling in Ajiran.
According to members of Ojomu Youth Forum, Oba Akinloye has not brought development to the land in terms of roads, schools, markets, and hospitals.
The matter at hand is non-development of the community. There are no provisions for developmental strides, despite the fact that Ojomu family, Ajiran town, has about 16 to 17 villages and towns under it. And all these towns and villages have hectares of land belonging to them. All these lands are being sold by just 2 people for the past 30 years. Despite the fact that they are selling it, the reflection for developmental strides in the community is not showing in the community.
Since we have installed Akinloye as a king, all the community here have not been enjoying him at all. First and foremost, in education, market, hospital, and all other facilities are not being rendered to any community here. Then, sometimes ago, some of us, our elders, have met him. Even during the life of our own father, have met him. He was telling us that we should exercise patience, that we are still a youth until we get to 40 years of age.
According to them, the sale of land belonging to all sons and daughters of Ajiran town is now the order of the day.
He and his Alhaji Bicker have embezzled our properties. All the properties belong to Ojomu family, which is supposed to be distributed for us in each ruling houses. He stand on it. We cannot be able to achieve anything from him. But since we normally come out almost a year ago now, because blackmailing us out everywhere that we are a land grabber, we are this, we are that. Then somebody has come here to come and interview us here before. I said the interview that if these people are not pleased, they should invite both of us together in the same table to ask him whether we are not the indigenous of this community.
But the traditional ruler has a different story. Land in Ajiran is sold to interested buyers, and the proceeds are shared equitably among chiefs of the various ruling houses, who then share with their family members. According to one of the princes, Babajide Akinloye, and a chief in the community, rather than just selling lands, the palace partner real estate developers to build housing estates on different family lands and lease them for a number of years, like this one here. They explain that there are several types of such arrangements within Ajiran. Responding to the allegation of underdevelopment in Ajiran, the prince and the chief showed me some of the developmental projects executed by the palace. In the area of youth empowerment, the monarch established a youth acquisition center, the Millennium Village Vocational Center. It has been training youths in Ajiran in various skills.
It was for the development of the youths, education of our children and development of the youth. Because from my own experience, we found out that handwork, skill acquisition was better off. The best thing to give, apart from educating, the best thing to give them all tools that they can use their hands in, lay their hands on, and then be employers of labor and be self-employed.
The center has been involved in training youths of Ajiran for 23 years. This, according to the monarch, is one of his legacies.
The center is still training the skills, but that most of the people being trained now are from far and near. Barely, you have very low percentage of people from Ajiran or thereabout in this area being benefiting from that project.
I also visited the only health center in Ajiran. The officer in charge said the health center is using a temporary location due to construction and expansion of a new road that affected the old center. Other health officers decried lack of constant power supply, drugs, and basic working tools at the hospital. They acknowledged that a new health center is about to be completed after 3 years of construction work.
We went to meet the chieftaincy, and he told us that there will be solution to problem. But at the end of the day, all I heard is the light is not even on at all.
Oba Akinloye confirmed the new health center will be inaugurated by the end of 2023.
As far as the health is concerned, we constructed primary health center, which was not demolished by the road construction. And we have a new site where the health center is being taken out and reconstructed now by Total Energies Limited. So that one, in fact, we were supposed to commission that health center this anniversary, but one way or the other, because of the economic problem, they are now commissioning the health center by the end of this month. So we have the health center constructed.
The Ajiran Primary and Secondary School, the only community school here, was built as part of the Sustainable Development Goals program of the federal government. According to the royal monarch, the construction of the school was facilitated by the palace.
When I came in here, the few children attending schools were going to Igboefon, which is across the express. So when the express was constructed, it was not safe for them to go to school again. So parents have to keep their children in. So when I came in here, we constructed primary school here, and then through rented houses where they are doing their lesson. We contacted the state board to approve the school. They did approve the school, and in 2003, we had the first primary school constructed by the education board, which was open. So in 2003, we had the primary school approved. And then Chevron came in, assisted us, put up another block of primary school. So we had 2 blocks of primary schools where the students were attending schools. We had approval for secondary school, but then we are inviting the government, well, they are not forthcoming. Now, we have been to the schools. We got the SDG to construct secondary schools for us. They have constructed secondary schools, and we are waiting for the commissioning of the secondary school.
The traditional ruler also constructed a borehole where residents can get potable water at no cost.
Came in here, as I said, the area was in darkness. We, on our own, got 2 generators in 1993 to light up the village. We did borehole, we give them water. And up till now, Ajiran is the only community that had water for the community 24/7. I don't know of any village or any community within this area that has water for the community free, just like that. And we initiated the Rural Electrification Board to construct the electricity for the village. And this was done. And when it was commissioned at Aja, at that time, we had the privilege of giving electricity to Ajiran.
But the aggrieved youths insist that the leader can do more than what is being done with the money realized from sale of land in Ajiran.
Owó wà tẹ́ bá ní kí n sọ iye tí wọ́n ń ta plot ní ìlú wa kì í ṣe owó kékeré, ara owó wà. Mo ní 100% pé a lè ta 5 plots ká tó clear gbogbo nǹkan tí ń sọ yìí. A lè ta 5 plots kò ìwọ wọn nìkan, a lè ta 5 plots ká tó ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe. But nǹkan kan tí mo kàn rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé Kábíyèsí and Alhaji Bakari àwọn náà edge community wide, and tẹ́ bá wo school Alhaji Bakari tó kọ́ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ ó wà ní Bakari Estate primary secondary nursery and primary school. Ṣé ẹni tí ò tí rí 10,000 ìwọ tó jẹ́ bàbá núùlù tó mọ̀ pé bàbá ló jẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ ìlú yìí tí gbogbo tí ilẹ̀ ìlú yìí wà ní ọwọ́ wa àti Kábíyèsí ọkọ̀ school yẹn wà ń bẹ̀ báyìí o kì í dẹ́ ṣe school olówó kékeré ó tún ṣe secondary school náà sí the same place but ètò jẹ́ government school tó yẹ kí Ajiran ní secondary and primary school tẹ́ bá dé gbàrà ń bẹ̀ yẹn ẹ máa gbọ́ secondary and primary school baálẹ̀ lọ ní gbàrà ọba ní àwa ta dẹ̀ nílẹ̀ tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ tí ìlú tó dẹ̀ pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ wà lọ́ndà wa but àárí.
Two elders living in Ajiro, Moriliat Ojemu and Waid Fadigbe, also want the palace to do more for the community.
A ṣe wàhálà tó pọ̀ lájẹun kò tẹ̀ yẹ kí ìyà jẹ wá ní ohun tó ń ṣe fún wa yìí kò yẹ àrí kankan jẹ àròó ná ọjọ́ àwọn ọmọ wẹ́wẹ́ yìí lọ́pẹ́lọpẹ́ wọn lára wa iná fún wa ní tọ́rọ́kọ́bọ̀ tá a fi ń jẹun kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo oko wa náà gbà.
We all have approached KBC for many times. He asked us to go and exercise patients for all. We have been exercising patients for the past 20 years ago now. With KBC, please let's give KBC a chance. Whether we do something, Later, by the end of the day, what we will tell you, the next thing we tell us is that we don't have right on this land again or anything else coming to by that he is the only person that have the authority on it. Kabiyesi, you know our father served you before he died. My father served you before he died, and you want to leave me with my brothers and all my sisters in empty-handed like this. At least if it is a 2 plot out of land, out of it, you cannot locate to me at all. This man insists, saying we are not entitled for anything.
They went on to express their dissatisfaction with the management of the community by the Oba in council.
Níbo náà rí wa ní tán rí wa tẹ́ bá lọ bẹ̀ pàápàá mo bá ìrànlọ́wọ́ lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n fún mi lọ́dọ̀ Kábíyèsí wọ́n fún wa o ṣé wọ́n ń tajà ni ṣọ́jà náà wọ́n ń tà ni àbáwọn agbéṣẹ́ fáwọn ni ká máa dọ́dọ̀ wọn kan tí o wọn ráyè tiwa o títí wà láàrin ìlú bàbá mi tán bí mi sí kì í ṣe 60 ọdún mọ́ kódà mo ti pé 74 nsìn 74 yes mo ti dà.
The Chevron company, which is where I control petrol on the sea, they normally give us some money about the ending of the year. Since he has been there, we have never seen cover from that side.
What then is the way forward regarding land disputes in the community? The youth say they want equal rights and share in the proceeds of the sale of land in Ajiro, as well as more development.
Well, what we are asking, we are speaking on behalf of all indigenes of this community, both the elderly, the aged, and the young ones. We want the government to come to our aid. This is not the first time we've been making this clarion call. And they felt the only thing they can do is to blackmail the chairman of this noble organization, which is Alhaji Ahmed Tajuddin, calling him all sorts of names. And I want to tell you now, if not for Ahmed, this community would not be the way it is. You can move round and ask the elderly, ask housewives, ask the young people. Ahmed Tajuddin is the only one that is assisting the indigenes of this community. He has more than 100 indigenes on the scholarship board with his hard-earned money. Every week, every month, all the widows, all the aged people in this community is giving them stipends to make sure they maintain themselves. This is what the people that has been selling our land, they fail to do. And because he's doing it, is on their bad book. And they felt the only thing they can do is to blackmail him, to call him a land grabber. How will somebody be a land grabber in this community?
We don't want to start carrying stick or carrying anything. Started doing anything. We don't want any violence. So that's why we are doing it gradually. Since even when you want to do his 30 years on the throne, he was fearing that whether we are going to do anything. If you can see, nobody do anything. We do it peacefully, everything going peacefully. So we don't want to, if there's any way that anybody can help us, to talk to him, to please, to release our property for us. It's old enough. We want good road, hospital, market, scholarship, all amenities that will be benefit, that we know that this place will be okay, this Ajiran will be okay. That is all we need.
Meanwhile, Oba Akinloye called for peace and asked the youth to embrace dialogue.
Peaceful coexistence. Peaceful coexistence. And I have to induct, that's what I'm planning on now, is that, well, the health center is there, the school is there, the school education center is there, the road, we are fighting on this road, this is called the regional bypass between Admiralty and VGC. Now, what we are now talking about is that they should not endanger Ajiran people's life because of the express road. So they are looking for the best way to ease the life of Ajiran here. So I think I want to live peaceful coexistence within Ajiran after my time.
They all agreed that the development of Ajiran in terms of education, health, power, economy, and more will not only impact residents of the community but generations to come.